Nikola Jokic has surpassed all expectations in his first 2 seasons in the NBA. Drafted 41st in 2015, the big man from Serbia was doubted due to poor conditioning and a seemingly unathletic frame. Since this moment, he has absolutely balled out as he slowly proved his worth and true value in his first season with the Nuggets. In just the 11th game of his career, he dropped 23 points and 12 rebounds against the San Antonio Spurs, and he hasn't looked back ever since. Jokic remained relatively unknown in the league until the second half of this last season, where he began racking up huge numbers, dropping insane dimes for a big man and putting his immense skill on show every single night. As a result, Denver traded Jusuf Nurkic to the Portland Trail Blazers. I've covered this trade and Nurkic's potential in another video, but we'll just say that this trade was necessary to unlock Jokic's full potential. However, it was done at far too great of a cost, and later in this video I will cover my fears for the Nuggets and their management. But for now, let's focus on what I love about the Nuggets. Their young core and beautiful offense, led by the Serbian maestro Nikola Jokic. My favourite kind of basketball is offense run through the big man. There is something awesome about watching the biggest man on the court orchestrate and conduct large amounts of offense. Not only is it pretty to watch, but it can be incredibly effective when done with a talented passing big and the right cast of teammates. Think back to Marc Gasol, Boogie Cousins, and Joakim Noah in 2013-2014 season when Derrick Rose was down and he finished top 5 in the MVP race. Jokic reminds me an awful lot of Marc Gasol, except he's only 22, can already shoot threes, and is a lot smoother when handling the ball. The way he approaches the game is very similar. He loves to operate at the top of the 3-point line and whip passes into cutters or execute a dribble handoff into a pick and roll. He also loves to get the ball in the high, mid, and low post, and this is a sign of an exceptionally skilled big man. A lot of bigs, like Dwight Howard, only want to catch the ball in the low post, so they are close to the basket and can make a quick power move for a score. But having the skill to make a move from all 3 areas of the post opens up so much more room for cuts to the basket, a play which the Denver Nuggets ran over and over again last season. A guard, usually Gary Harris, would throw the ball into Jokic at the high to mid-post area and immediately cut baseline. Jokic could then whip the pass over his head, behind the back, or even hand it off to the guard as they moved past him. Denver scored countless easy layups and dunks from running this play. And when the initial action doesn't work and the ball is still in the hands of the big man, if they are skilled enough, you can take advantage of one of the best post-up looks in basketball. When the guard is cut baseline and moved to the opposite side of the court, it leaves the entire post area free from opposing help defenders, and allows the big man the space to use any move one-on-one. This is one of the things that I think is still really underrated about Jokic, his post-game. Everyone talks about the flashy passing and his ability to stretch the floor and shoot threes, but there isn't enough respect for the wide variety of post moves and skill he possesses down low. Jokic uses the threat of his handles perfectly in the post. Defenders are scared of him when he faces up and are constantly worried about a baseline spin for an easy score or assist. He can also turn over both shoulders and uses a wide array of hooks, floaters, and off-balance floating shots when he gets himself into trouble. Not only can he hit the shots, but he is a master at creating just enough space to get the shot off. For a 22-year-old, he looks like a savvy vet operating in the post, leaning his shoulders into defenders before spinning away for an opposite hand hook, and his up and under is an absolute sight to behold. There are only 2 real concerns with Jokic, his conditioning and his defense, and both could be fixed by continued work on fitness and his body shape. Jokic takes after Marc Gasol in this fashion as well, and has far more fat than most NBA players do on their frame. Marc Gasol slimmed down after a long time in the league, and the Denver Nuggets will be hoping that Jokic can do the same. His conditioning has restricted him to 20 and 26 minutes per game in the past 2 seasons, and there are a lot of extra minutes that Jokic will play if he can improve his fitness. The other area that this limits him in is his pick and roll coverage. Jokic's lateral movement is nowhere near fast enough on defense, and he frequently gets caught in the wrong position on the pick and roll coverage. This is a problem with a lot of non-athletic bigs in the modern NBA, but if Jokic can improve his fitness and just become an average defender in these situations, as well as becoming a capable help defender, it will mitigate a lot of the defensive issues for the Denver Nuggets. On the other hand though, the Denver Nuggets thrived and put up the #1 offense in the entire league last season. Whilst a lot of this was Jokic, it is also the contributions from a lot of young, gun NBA players. And Denver will be looking for them to improve in order to take them to the next level. Emmanuel Mudiay, Jamal Murray, and Gary Harris are probably the best young trio of guards on one team in the NBA. If the coaching staff can help them develop into the mold that they see working best with Jokic, they'll be exceptionally dangerous. Whilst Moutier has struggled with shooting and consistency in his first 2 seasons, he is still a 6'5" point guard that oozes athleticism and natural ability. If he can slow down his vision of the game and learn to successfully orchestrate an NBA offense whilst improving his shooting, he could be the point guard of the future for the Nuggets. He also has fantastic defensive potential, and having a lockdown point guard defender will be vital if Jokic continues to struggle with defending the rim. Jamal Murray showed a huge amount of potential last season, and is the guard with the highest upside on the Nuggets roster. He also has the potential to be an amazing 3-point shooter off of the dribble and on the catch and shoot. I think if all 3 guards pan out, Murray will play minutes at both the point and the 2 guard, but he has the ability to start at either of these positions. And then there is Gary Harris, who has quietly developed into one of the better 2 guards in the NBA. He has a great natural feel for the game, which you can see in his passing, and is a positive defender on the other end of the court. On top of this, he has quietly developed into a lights-out 3-point shooter and shot 42% from 3 last season. This trio of guards fit perfectly with Jokic, and I hope to see them develop strongly this season as the Nuggets make a big push for the playoffs. But going into the future, the Nuggets have to be very careful. They have made a few moves that seem incredibly short-sighted, and I pray this trend doesn't continue. Trading a future first-round pick just to get rid of Nurkic was bad enough, but then signing Plumlee to this 3-year $41 million deal is the icing on a very hard-to-swallow cake. Statistics show that these middle-value deals are some of the worst value deals in the NBA. The Nuggets already suffered one with Fareed, who is on $12 million a year and doesn't play up to his value at all. Due to the structure of the salary cap and the league, the best deals are rookie deals or cheap deals, or max contracts. Extreme application of this theory of thought would see teams only sign players to veteran minimum or cheap deals, draft rookies, or sign max contracts. I think the Nuggets also made a mistake by trading the 13th pick for Trey Lyles and the 24th pick. These kind of deals seem creative in an effort to acquire talent, but picking higher in the draft will tend to yield better results, and I can't think of many trade down deals that have worked out positively. One big positive move for the Nuggets though was the signing of Paul Millsap to an exceptionally team-friendly deal. They have him for 2 years and then get a team option for the 3rd, allowing them to lock him in if he is still producing at a high level, or move on if he hasn't worked out as well as anticipated. I personally think that Millsap is the perfect 4 to play alongside the Joker. He rebounds and defends really well. He can also shoot threes, play off of the ball, and carry some of the scoring load when Jokic and the team is struggling. With Wilson Chandler also starting, the Nuggets have a very balanced, modern NBA starting lineup, and I think they are poised for an incredibly entertaining and successful season with Jokic at the helm. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you think of Jokic and the Nuggets in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more NBA videos in the future.